So this guy had been living in an apartment located in Florida along with his wife, and like many married couples do, they ended up having a baby. But not too long after this, their downstairs neighbors started calling in noise complaints, claiming that they were extremely loud all hours of the night and that it needed to stop. And it just seemed like no matter how hard they tried, this neighbor couldn't be pleased. They closed their toilet seat, they'd get a complaint. They'd go into the kitchen a little too late to grab a glass of water, and they'd get a complaint. Then one day, all of a sudden, the couple noticed this weird and pungent odor they'd never smelled before. Not too long after this, the entire family ended up getting sick. They had become nauseous, they were constantly exhausted, and they had even started losing their hair. So they go to the doctors and they're like, look, your tests are all coming back normal, but we highly suggest you get that apartment checked out. And when their landlord got wind of this, he went all out. He had their vents cleaned, but that didn't work. He had their water heater replaced, but that wasn't it either. So when all else failed, the fire department was notified, and while everyone could agree something weird was in fact going on, the atmospheric readings within that apartment came back completely normal. So the husband, Umar Abdullah, did a little more looking around and noticed a small crack of sunlight between the lower portion of his front door and the frame itself. And he's like, alright, things only got this way when my neighbor began filling out all those complaints. Whenever we go out, we come back, the smell is more pungent. Now my family and I are getting extremely sick. So let me just place a hidden camera outside to see if I catch anything weird. And when he checks that footage, lo and behold, his neighbor coming upstairs with a syringe and a small vial. He then draws it into the needle, walks over to his door, and injects an unknown liquid into his apartment through the aforementioned gap. So Umar took this footage to the police, at which point a hazardous materials test was performed on the area in question. And before too long, it was determined their neighbor, a 36-year-old chemistry student by the name of Xuming Li, had injected a chemical agent into their apartment, an agent that contained the presence of methadone as well as hydrocodone. Yep, he had allegedly been poisoning them that entire time. Li is expected to appear in court on December 5th and is currently facing 3 counts of battery, 2 counts of aggravated stalking, 1 count of burglary, and possession of a controlled substance as well as battery on law enforcement. So my friends and frenemies alike, we will see you on the next one.